Hello everyone, this is Harry Gordon again, the Reverse Mortgage Coach. In our last video session, I mentioned 3 concerns that I had that I believe will impact many seniors' ability to retire comfortably, and specifically their ability to secure a reverse mortgage that works effectively. And the very first one I talked about, very briefly, and now I'm going to go a little bit deeper, is this whole problem of plummeting home values. Regardless of where you live, regardless of the type of home you have, that home is worth less today than it was a year ago. And it was worth less 1 year ago than it was worth 1 year prior to that. And the question now is, are we nearing a bottom? And will it happen next year? There are some who believe that is the case. But there's also another group who have a very good argument that say, no, we are in fact going to have another wave of foreclosures. One of the people who feel this way, the guy whose name is Whitney Tilson. Whitney Tilson is a hedge fund manager, a very bright guy, really a financial guru. And what Whitney believes is this, that during the era where home values were escalating, people were very bullish about the future. Many secured loans with rates that were fixed for a 3 or a 5 year period. And these were good borrowers. These were not your subprime people. These were good, strong borrowers. And they believed that getting the most advantageous rate and then simply refinancing when the home was more valuable in 3 or 5 years was an extremely good strategy, and indeed it was for a while. But here's the problem. Many of those homes today are worth less than they were a year ago. Many of those homes today have an unpaid balance on the loan that is greater than the fair market value of the home. Many of those folks who paid 20, 30% down are still upside down. Now there's a lady whose name is Meredith Whitney, and she's probably one of the brightest ladies on Wall Street. Meredith says this, that we will hit 13% unemployment. Now, if she's right, and she has, by the way, a very good track record of getting it right, if she is correct, a lot of those same people are going to lose their jobs. And based on Tilson's work, he says, makes sense, that there is a correlation between the willingness to turn your home back to the lender, i.e. go into foreclosure, based on how much you are underwater. There is very little incentive for some to save a home when the value of that home is not as great as the amount of money you owe. Now, if these folks are correct, and they may not be, but if they are, then what is going to happen is that we're going to see another fall of 10, 15, maybe even 20% of the value of homes. Now, what does this mean to seniors trying to get a reverse mortgage? What it means, it's going to slam the door shut on a bunch of them. Because the truth of the matter is that many, many individuals today who are looking at a reverse mortgage as a way to extinguish their current mortgage payment and become essentially debt-free is problematic. They've lost a lot of value. Some are already shut out of the process. And now we are going to potentially have another 10, 15, maybe even 20% fall in the value. And it's going to slam the door shut on many seniors. So my advice and counsel, both to seniors and to those who counsel seniors. In some cases, it's their children. In other cases, it's financial advisors, a CPA, a minister. All of these folks should recognize that time is not necessarily on the side of waiting. And I'm suggesting that these individuals at least discover today what a reverse mortgage could do, how much they could achieve today by locking in both today's very low rates as well as today's home value. It's something to think about because waiting is not necessarily a wise strategy for a senior.